Hi guys, and welcome back to the Sam2Podcast. This is episode 4. My name is Sam. His name is Sam. How are you doing this week, mate?
Well, I'm just flying down the highway that is known as life. Really, just speeding.
That is good, mate. It's good to hear.
Yeah. Let's move on from wherever that was.
Good start.
Not a good start. Oh.
Not a good start. If you guys enjoy our podcast, please do make to start that again.
Please make sure to blah 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 blah.
Yeah, that's the one. That gets the point across, doesn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Right. If you guys enjoy the podcast, please do make sure to follow us on TikTok and Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube as well, where you can watch full episodes of the podcast. Right then, Sam, shall we discuss? We're going to switch it up a little bit this week for a change. We're not going to start with football. We're going to start with the Formula One. It was the last race of the season on Sunday. We have a new world champion. Lando Norris is the champion of the world. What are your initial thoughts on the season as a whole?
Well, the season as a whole was a very interesting one. You know, for large portions of it looked like it was just a fight between the McLarens. I mean, that alone is interesting because they're two very talented drivers. There's not much to split them, but we had the luxury of adding a third driver into that fight, and Max Verstappen leading a quite sensational comeback and sensational turnaround during that season. And I mean, finishing it only 2 points behind. So yeah, as a whole, the season was brilliant and very exciting. It's nice to have it go down to the final race, which we've obviously not had for 4 years now.
And it was much less controversial than the last time that happened, of course. It was also very interesting. Obviously, Lando was over the moon when he won, but he mentioned Oscar a lot in his interviews after the race. And I think that's really nice. You know, Lando gets a bad rep in the sport at the minute from certain people on the internet. I think he's a lovely guy. I think his first thoughts after he stepped out the car, he'd celebrated with his parents, with his girlfriend. He then went, right, let's congratulate Oscar. He even said, I want to celebrate with Oscar. And I think that is an amazing quality that not everyone would have. You think back to Hamilton and Rosberg when they were teammates. They wouldn't be seen dead together after the World Championships. It's nice that they are so close. And I think it is, we have a really nice world champion.
Yeah, I mean, give it a few more years, they might not be so close. But yeah, I mean, I said to you yesterday that I don't think Lando Norris deserves an ounce of the hate that he gets. It's mainly from, if you look in the sport, everybody within the sport loves him. And it's just these people on social media who, don't know what they're talking about. They're the same people who are giving death threats to Kimi Antonelli, saying, oh, it's your fault, it's your fault. They're just, you got to try and just not listen to their opinion because it's stupid. As you say, I think he's very clearly a lovely guy, and he's not changed. From the minute he got into the sport, he was different. He was this bubbly character. He was well loved for the majority of his F1 career up until this point, and then he started winning. That's the only thing that changed. He started winning.
Yeah.
And yeah,
that's when people seem to be getting hate, because when they start winning, it happens with everyone. It happened with Max. It happened with Seb when he was winning back in the day. It just, people they like to cheer for the underdog, which is fair enough, but you don't need to hate on the person winning.
Exactly. Like, for me, my standpoint on it is I like all 20 of the drivers. If you feel the need to shower a driver with hate, it's just it boggles my mind, really. And I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think Lando Norris takes anything to heart, and I don't think he should, because he's got more talent in his pinky finger than they do overall. So there's no reason to listen to them.
Yeah, and Lando even said after the race, he said, I don't really care what people think about me. I'm a world champion. He is a world champion for life. No one's going to take that away from him. And, people, he's not as good as Max Verstappen overall. He's not as good as Lewis Hamilton. He's not as good as people like Fernando Alonso. But he's a world champion. They're all world champions, and he will always be a world champion, and he's very deserving, I think.
Yeah, he gets the eternal title of a world champion now, so.
Which only 35 people ever have got, which is quite, think about all the people who have raced in Formula One. That's only 35 people ever can say, I am the Formula One world champion.
He shall not be forgotten.
He shall not be forgotten. I will never forget Lando Norris.
Me neither.
Do you think he can win more than one title?
Oh, of course he can. Why the hell not? I think obviously it's dependent on cars. It needs to be a decent car that has the ability to win a race, but of course he can.
I am in agreement. I think, like you said, obviously it is down to the car, but McLaren. There's no reason McLaren can't be the best team next year. He can go and get it again, go back to back, and I think next year will be very interesting with obviously the new regs and everything. But I see no reason why he can't retain his title. I've got a cat behind me. Hold on.
Oh my God! Hello.
Hello, it's Sam. Would you like to leave my room? Yes. Okay. Goodbye. I had no idea she was in there. Right, and it's the end of the Formula One season. We thought we'd do a little rundown, go through some of our categories for the season, and starting off, what was your race of the season for 2025?
Mine, I thought there was two here. I want to give an honourable mention to Silverstone. I thought that was brilliant. Mm-hmm. Good little race that. But for me, I've actually gone for the first race of the season, Australia, because it had a bit of everything. A bit of weather, causing it to be a little bit chaotic. There were some crashes. Mm-hmm. A quite exciting finish to the race. I just thought it was a brilliant way to start the season, and yeah, it's my race of the season.
Yeah, that's actually. Weirdly, I've actually gone for you, like yours was the opposite. My honourable mention was the Australian Grand Prix, and I've actually gone for the British Grand Prix. I think it was a brilliant race. So all things considered, I know, British bias and whatever. I love seeing Lando win at home. I think that was an amazing moment.
Yeah.
Obviously, Hulkenberg's podium was brilliant. After so long, he's been waiting for a podium. He finally got it. There was the controversy with Oscar's penalty, if you remember, when he, under the safety car, braked in front of Max. Got his 10-second penalty. Was that deserved? Who knows? Who really cares at the end? But I think, the British Grand Prix for me is always one of my favourites, and it lived up to expectations this year.
Yeah, it was very good.
Okay, Sam, next, your surprise of the season. This is a good surprise I've gone for. I don't know what you've done, but I've
also done that. See, my honourable mention here is Williams as a whole, because I thought they had a really good good season, finishing 5th. But I have gone for Isaac Hadjar, because I wouldn't. It's not surprised me that he's been good, because I thought he was a good driver. Watched him in F2, but it surprised me how good he's been, and how he's been the rookie of the year, in my opinion. So, yeah, Isaac Hadjar is my surprise of the season.
Yeah, I mean, sorry to be boring, but I've also gone for Isaac Hadjar. I think mainly because of the improvement from Australia. You think we've already talked about in previous episodes that how bad that must have made him feel, getting berated by Helmut Marko after crashing on the formation lap.
Yeah,
he turned it around amazingly, got his podium in Zandvoort, which was brilliant, and now he's got the full-time drive at Red Bull for next year. Hopefully for him, it is really a promotion, and he does great things for Red Bull.
Hopefully it's not a demotion.
Yeah, exactly. But so sorry to be boring, but I've kind of copied you there.
No, well, I think he probably is. I think he's most people's surprise of the season, but yeah.
Yeah. Right, next up, flop of the season. Flop feels harsh, but what is your flop of the season?
I've done an honourable mention for all of these. My honourable mention is Jack Doohan, because I feel like it was kind of forgotten about. And I don't think it's really his fault, because he was given no time at all. And I went into the season really sort of rooting for him, because it's like, I don't know if you remember, they were talking about making the switch before he'd even raced. And it was honourable mention, but I feel like it's not him, because it wasn't really his fault. My flop of the season is Yuki Tsunoda, unfortunately, because it just couldn't have gone worse for him. He started off this season, being kept in the Racing Bulls, and it's sort of the feeling was he deserved the Red Bull seat, deserved more. He had a quite good season the year before, in my opinion, and he got that Red Bull seat, and it just could not have gone worse for him, really.
Yeah, I was very surprised when Lawson got the seat over Tsunoda. And I was even more surprised when they switched them after 2 races, which even for Red Bull was quick. Yuki has had it. And I do feel bad for Yuki that he hasn't got a seat for next year, but I have a feeling he could be back in the future, maybe.
Yeah.
So my flop of the season, again, it feels really harsh, but I think just because of the expectation that was there, I've gone for
I know
Lewis
what you're going to say. Yeah.
I've gone, both of them. I can't single Lewis out or the team out. The combination just hasn't worked so far, and maybe it can in 2026. Obviously, new regulations, as we've already mentioned. But maybe just for me, but there was an expectation that they would be winning races right from the off and they'd be challenging for the title. Because they ended 2024 so strongly with almost winning the Constructors' Championship, I just thought this is a match made in heaven, but it has gone the complete opposite. No podiums. It's the first year he hasn't had any podiums in his career.
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't even...
absolutely awful.
That didn't even pop into my head when I was thinking of flop of the season. Of course, I think, because of the expectation, as you say.
Went for it. Yeah, exactly. I went for it because of the expectation. You know, it feels harsh because he did. You know, he still came P6 in the championship, which, if you think about his season, feels quite high. I feel like he's been lower than that in most races, but yeah, really, really disappointing. I hope for his sake and for Ferrari's sake that next year is a lot better.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, who is your driver of the season?
I would be very shocked if we haven't got the same answer here. For me, it's Max Verstappen. Because, I mean, although he didn't become world champion, and it feels almost a little bit harsh not saying the world champion is the driver of the season, I just think with the car that he had and the fact that he looked out of it for the most part of the season to be within 2 points, I think he's shown, despite not winning it, that this is the best way he could have lost the championship in a way, because he's just reminded everyone that he is by far the best driver in the world.
Yeah, that is a very, very good point. I went for, I shout out to all of them in the championship fight. Lando, obviously, Oscar. And I was toying with George Russell as well, because I think he had a good season. Really tough. But I think it has to go to Max. People will question his early season form, especially in moments like Spain where he just lost his head.
Yeah.
But some of that is down to the car, and he has outperformed, even at the end of the season, he has outperformed that car amazingly, winning the last 3 races. It is kind of a shame he didn't win the championship, because it would have been a great story. But undoubtedly the best driver in the world right now, and one of the best drivers ever.
He is the only driver in that. He is the only driver that you could put in that Red Bull car and almost win the championship like that. And he's 100%. The only one.
Yeah. Right. Final category: moment of the season. What have you gone for?
I have gone for yesterday. I've gone for Lando winning the championship. I think, you know, personally, as a fan of Lando, it was a very satisfying moment seeing that. And just there's something about sport and seeing somebody reach their dreams. It's just a really nice moment. And again, honourable mention, I've gone for the Hulkenberg podium, because I feel like you have to mention that. I do feel for him that they gave him a Lego trophy. I feel like they really stitched him up for that. Been waiting so long for a podium, and they give him one that his kids could rip apart in 2 minutes. But
I'm a big fan of Lego, but I want a proper trophy.
Yeah,
I had a few moments. I had Lando win the championship in my mentions. I had Max's drive in Brazil as one of my mentions as well. Just because I think it was another moment where I was like, because on the Saturday when he qualified, what was it, 16th, and I was like, well, he's out of it now. I should have known better.
Yeah.
But I've actually gone for Hulkenberg's podium as my moment of the season. I think just because, I don't know, maybe because I've seen a lot of his career, and I feel like his moment had passed. I did think he probably would never get that podium.
Yeah.
Because the Sauber didn't look like it was going to ever challenge for a podium. And when there was the possibility in Silverstone he might get it, I was like, is this the moment? Is it finally going to happen? And to see it must have been such a relief for him, because that was all everyone can ever talk about. Nico Hulkenberg was the best driver to never have a podium, and now he's not, and I'm so happy for him. Maybe he can do even better in Audi in the future, who knows?
Yeah, I hope so.
But that was my moment of the season. I was so happy for the guy.
Good stuff.
Excellent. That's Formula 1 covered. Did you see the news broke about an hour ago that Helmut Marko is apparently just completely gone?
Yep, and I celebrated.
There was rumours, and I think he is officially gone.
He is officially.
You mentioned it the other week.
He's officially gone now, and I think it was definitely time. It has been time for quite a few years now. He doesn't offer much good in the sport, and maybe I'm being harsh here, but I think it's true. You know, he's made comments that, the comments he made about Antonelli, what's the aftermath of those comments and how damaging they can be towards somebody like Antonelli. It's just, his comments earlier in the year about Isaac Adjar, when Isaac Adjar was quite emotional after his first Grand Prix, crashing out in the formation lap, and the way he handled that, I think, was poor. He's made comments before about Sergio Perez, calling him South American. Oh, yeah, it's typical South American hot-headedness.
Yes.
He's North American, by the way. So, yeah, it's been time for a while, and I think it's good that he's finally gone.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's part of a whole. He was kind of like the final piece of the puzzle to fall at Red Bull. I think that whole era of Red Bull.
Yeah.
Christian Horner, Adrian Newey, Jonathan Wheatley obviously left a couple of years ago. It feels like a whole new era for the team, which is exactly what they needed, I think, because, the cars, I know Max has obviously been up there. He obviously won the championship in 24, but the cars for the last few years have not been good. And the whole team kind of feels a little bit toxic. And they can go into this new era of the sport as a new era of Red Bull. And maybe, it could really work. I like Lauren Mekes as team principal. I think he's made somehow has turned it around seemingly from when Christian Horner left.
Yeah.
Maybe because just boosted morale. Obviously, he knows all the Racing Bulls guys, so that will help their progression as well. I think, positive signs hopefully for Red Bull, especially now that Marco is out the door. Good riddance.
Yep, definitely.
Mohamed Salah, what is going on at Liverpool? I'm assuming you've seen all the clips and the interviews that he's done. What are your thoughts on it?
I mean, generational head loss from Mo, unfortunately. I don't think it's a good look. The comment that really sort of I don't like is the whole, I don't have to fight to prove myself. I don't have to fight, but it just comes across as unbelievably arrogant. He thinks that he doesn't have to work as hard as other players, and I don't care how much credit you got in the bank. That's just not the right attitude.
It feels very like anti-Salah. It's not the kind of thing we're used to seeing from him. He's not. Obviously, he's a fantastic footballer. He's done so well for Liverpool over the last 7-8 years now. But I didn't think he kind of had it in him to be like, oh, I'm bigger than the team. I should start every match. He's not. He's been on the bench for 3 games. 3 games out of, think how many games there are in a season. When you're in Liverpool and you're in, every competition, going in deep runs in every competition, you're playing 50+ games.
Yeah.
He's been on the bench for 3 of them, and he's done this. I genuinely can't. I couldn't believe how out there he was going and blaming. He didn't actually say Slot. He just said someone wants me to take all the blame.
Well, he did say as well that he said he has no relationship with the manager.
He did say that. That's a very good point. And I don't know. I was just before we started this, I was listening to Jamie Carragher talk about it on Monday Night Football, and he was saying Mo Salah only ever speaks up when he wants something and wants it to be about himself. He did it with the contract situation.
Yeah.
When towards last year, he's doing it again now. He's picked. It feels like he's picked this moment. Liverpool, they were battered and bruised after that Leeds game.
Mm-hmm.
He picked that moment to come out. He didn't even play a minute against Leeds, and he's picked that game and gone, well, there you go. What can you do?
Yeah.
The manager's not playing me. Manager's rubbish. It's all.
Yeah, to me,
feels very.
To me, it feels eerily similar to that Ronaldo interview with Piers Morgan. It feels like, to me, maybe Salah regrets signing that new contract, and it's like, okay, if I do this, then it's an easy out. He almost he wants to leave Liverpool.
It feels like he's trying to find a little way out because, even Van Dijk obviously signed his new contract. He's been, nothing short of embarrassing so far this season, really. And I do somewhat agree with what Mo Salah's saying. It's like it feels like he's taking all the blame when it isn't all to do with him, and that is very true.
Yeah.
However, he is a leader in that team. He is one of their best players ever. He's one of the Premier League's best players ever, and he's come out. I don't care how good you are. No one is bigger than a club. You are a player. You are employed by that club. I don't care how much money you're making a week. It's
not the way to manage it at all. Not the way to manage it. Well, yeah. Anyway,
sorry, you broke up there. I missed. If you were talking.
I said one thing. It does not matter.
But I think Mo Salah, it feels like he's looking for a move away. The way he said he's invited his family to go to the Brighton game at the weekend. He said to say goodbye and then go off to AFCON. Is it just a bigger goodbye? I'm not sure of, how often do you say goodbye for AFCON? I don't think that's
Never.
It's not really exactly. It's not that big of a deal. I don't think Pap Sarr will be doing it for Spurs.
No.
So I think it's an interesting one. Will we ever see Mo Salah play for Liverpool again?
I mean, he's obviously been left out of the squad for Inter. So, if he doesn't apologise, then no. I don't think we will.
It feels quite remarkable to say I don't think Mo Salah. I think he's played his final game for Liverpool. I don't think he'll ever play again.
He'll either leave or Slot will get sacked. He's trying to achieve two things here. He's either trying to achieve a move away or getting Slot sacked.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. He's gone for, if I come out and say to man, I'm Mo Salah. That's what he's going for. He's going, I'm Mo Salah. If I want the manager sacked, I'll get the manager sacked. If that doesn't happen, I'm off in January. I think Liverpool will lose one of them. It's whoever that is, whether it's Slot or Salah. And I think Liverpool fans, I don't know, because obviously Salah's aging and he's not playing very well. I think they'd still choose Salah over Slot right now.
Oh, 100% they would, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, I think, like I said, obviously Liverpool have got more issues than Mo Salah, but he's not providing especially like last season. He was Player of the Year last season and deservedly so. Most goals and most assists in the league. This year he's been a shell of himself, but he can't. I don't know. He can't just fall back on his legacy and say like, oh, I don't care how badly I'm playing. I'm Mo Salah. You know what I mean? It's kind of.
Yeah, that's not.
It's weird to see him with this kind of level of ego.
I thought he was better than that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to. That's a good way. But I thought he was better than what he's been doing recently.
Yeah.
Right then, my favourite game of the weekend was Aston Villa versus Arsenal. I'm sure you can guess why. I don't, but Arsenal has the yearly downfall, starting to happen, because I think it was a bad performance against Aston Villa. Obviously, I think the most damning thing for me about that game was their reaction as the final goal went in. Obviously, very scrappy goal. Buendia scored right at the end. All the Arsenal players were in that box. David Raya slapping the floor, Timbers on the floor, White's on the floor. It didn't look like a very good look to me. What are your thoughts? Have Arsenal started to lose their head a little bit?
I think, look, they lose to Villa all the time. So it's not like panic buttons yet. They're still top of the league, but it wasn't a great performance. They've had a couple shaky performances. They weren't great against us at all. And it's worrying, but I don't think it's, they've had a lot of injuries again. And I don't think it's quite panic buttons yet, but it's not ideal. Yeah,
it's not ideal at all. And I think I am going to come to their defence, actually. I think they have so many injuries at the back, especially. Pardon me. I think they do. Hincapié against Aston Villa, we were praising him for his performance against Spurs, and I thought he played really well. Against Aston Villa, there was a number of times where he didn't look at the races in some ways.
Yeah.
And I think, obviously, Saliba and Gabriel, probably the best two centre-backs in the league. Missing both of them, you can miss one of them maybe, but missing both of them has been really damning for Arsenal. And obviously the replacements they've brought in, Hincapié, Calafiori's been playing, Ben White's come back in. I kind of forgot about Ben White until this season. They're all good players. They're not quite. It kind of feels like they're not title winning players. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like Saliba and Gabriel, if that's your centre back partnership, that can win a league easily. Hincapié, playing Hincapié, and I think Timber was playing centre back against Villa. I don't know. It's not the same. It doesn't scare people, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I feel like Aston Villa they were good. Don't get me wrong. Yuri Tielemans, I thought, was absolutely amazing. Morgan Rogers, love Morgan Rogers. It's Arsenal. They have so much depth now, but they've been using their depth as like a positive for why they think they can win the league this year. And now they're having these injuries and they're having to use these bench players. They're still world class, some of them, but they're not really performing at the levels I think Arsenal fans would have hoped. Trossard is doing really well off the bench, as he always has done throughout his career. But yeah, I felt like the Aston Villa game, they didn't look, and like you said, even the Chelsea game, the Sunderland game, this away form is if I was an Arsenal fan, would be starting to concern me a little bit, because obviously at the Emirates, they're brilliant. They're playing Wolves at the weekend. That's going to be a slaughtering.
Yeah.
However, I think their away form, which is what's cost them in the past, only ever so slightly, obviously. They only lost it by a few points in the past. I still think they're favourites to win it, but there's signs of the Arsenal teams of the previous years, which I hadn't seen before until these last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I agree. I think you've made some very good points there.
Oh, thanks, mate. That's very kind of you. I do want to touch on Aston Villa, because 9 wins out of 10 now after their awful start to the season. I mean, we said it about Chelsea a couple of weeks ago. Can Aston Villa win the Premier League?
No.
We're going for no.
No, they're very good, but
we
saw. I mean, they were very wobbly at the start of the season. What if that happens again? I just don't think they've got some very good players. Do they have the overall side to do? Maybe if they get, Ollie Watkins has not been really performing this season. If they get a striker in, maybe, but I don't see it personally.
Yeah, I don't either. I just feel like it was worth a mention, because we mentioned Chelsea. It'd feel bad if I didn't mention Aston Villa. Another team looking very good last weekend, Manchester City. They were, even without Haaland being at his best, Ryan Cherky was at his best, Phil Foden is back to his best. Only 2 points off Arsenal now.
Yep. Yeah, I mean...
is Arteta going to be looking over his shoulder, do you reckon? Are Man City back?
They're definitely flying. But I'm sort of conscious to say that they're back, because I feel like we've talked about this before, and then they'll go and lose or draw the next game. So they still don't feel like the City of old. They don't feel as invincible, but they're definitely, as you say, Phil Foden looks like he's back to his best. So they're definitely going to be in the conversation at the end of the season. They can definitely push this Arsenal team for sure.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a very exciting. I mean, we're almost halfway through the season already, which is quite incredible.
Yeah.
A very exciting end to the season. Arsenal. I don't know when Arsenal and Man City play each other again, but whenever that game happens, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Right. Have we got any other football stuff to talk about?
I don't think so. I think now it's just predictions. FIFA banger of the week, and then we're done for the episode.
Yeah, so you want to talk about the Ashes?
The Ashes? I mean, yeah, well, let's just do that very quickly now, actually.
Yeah, we'll do that now.
The Ashes, I mean, I want to become Ashes after the opening 2 games, to be honest. The way that the England camp, whether that be Ben Stokes, Brendan McCullum, are talking about it in the media, makes me want to dive headfirst into a brick wall, to be perfectly honest with you. They don't seem to be taking any accountability. Hi guys, welcome back to Premier League predictions. It's been a bad few weeks, and I actually don't like football anymore, so I don't even want to be here.
I love football. It was my favourite weekend ever last weekend.
Well, that's good for you, mate. I'm happy for you. Anyway, let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. Chelsea Everton. Of course, we're first. Everton, we always struggle to beat, especially at their place, but we're at home, so maybe we can beat them. But it is December, and every December we decide to become the most charitable organisation ever. So I've gone 1-1, because I don't want to predict a win, because it's just going to suck all my happiness away when we lose.
Chelsea, they've had a poor run, haven't they? And I think that poor run will continue. I've also gone 1-1. I think the performance will be rubbish from Chelsea then.
Yeah, cheers.
Sorry.
No, that's fair. I've gone for it myself. Liverpool, Brighton. Liverpool, another side in trouble. I mean, that's putting it kindly.
As I said, that's putting it kindly. In trouble.
They're in a little spot of bother, Liverpool, and that's why I've gone for 3-2 Brighton. 3-2 to the Seagulls. Little good game. Another late goal conceded, maybe. Who knows?
Of course, shout out to our mate Yankuba Minter. What a player.
Oh, yeah.
Love a Yankuba. I've gone 1-1. I think Liverpool I don't know. I just feel like I know they've been on a downward trajectory recently, but I think they'll get a point. They'll get a point.
They don't. I mean, yeah, it's a bit like it feels weird predicting all these losses and drop points for Liverpool because
Yeah,
I mean they won the league last year. They're the champions.
they are.
Well, next we got a riveting game. My personal favorite game of the weekend, probably Burnley versus Fulham.
This is why you watch football, isn't it? Stuff, Burnley versus the Cottages.
Ryan Sessegnon. This is what you want to watch ballers like Ryan Sessegnon. Like
I love Ryan Sessegnon.
Like
man. Go on, name some more Fulham players.
Calvin Bassey, Alex Iwobi, Kevin. Oh my God, how could I forget?
One named Brazilians are back.
Yes, they are. I've gone 2-0 Fulham for that case. A Kevin Brace, maybe.
I predicted them to do quite well last week as well. I've gone for a 1-0 Burnley win. I don't know why. Whoa. I think Burnley. I know.
Scotty Parker.
I don't know who's going to score. Probably Lyle Foster. Why not? But I think Burnley are going to win.
Scott Parker's going to run on the pitch and score himself. Whack it, top bins.
Hell of a player, Scott Parker. He could do that.
Right then. Arsenal versus Wolves. I mean, we don't need to spend too long on this.
The Gooners.
Yeah, filthy Gooners.
They are filth.
I've gone 5-0 Arsenal because Wolves.
I also went 5-0. How funny.
Yep. We don't need to say anything else for that game. Crystal Palace versus Manchester City. Now, this feels like the type of game that City could drop points in. You know, Palace, they've got some good players. John Philippe.
Adam Wharton.
Adam Wharton, yeah.
I love Adam Wharton. Player.
Jeremy Pino.
Oh.
But that being said, I'm going 3-1 Man City because they're too good. They need to keep on the heels of Arsenal, and I imagine that they will do that.
Yeah, I've gone for 2-1 Man City. I think it'll be tough. Palace are a good team, but Palace are playing in Europe on Thursday. So they might be. I mean, they're only playing. I think it's Shelbourne they're playing from Ireland.
Yeah.
So it should be all right. But they might be a little bit tired.
A little bit tired. Okay. We've now got Forest versus Tottenham Hotspur.
Ooh.
And I've gone.
Spurs.
I've gone.
Come on, you Spurs.
2-1 to 2-1 to Topspur. Unfortunately.
Thanks.
Yeah, no worries. I feel like you're away, so that helps. Sean Dyche's Forest aren't great, so it's going to be a scrappy, but in the end, helpful 3 points for Tottenham.
Yeah, very good. I'm going from sticking with my reverse psychology. I predicted us to lose against Brentford, and we actually did really, really well. So I've gone 2-2, and I think Morgan Gibbs-White is bound to score, so I can cry a little bit. But yeah, I think but signs are showing that Tottenham are getting good, which means we'll probably stop being good very soon. We've got Liverpool next week as well, which will be interesting. But yes, 2-2.
Okay, now this might be the game that I'm most excited for. Sunderland versus Newcastle. What a game that is. Cheeky little derby.
I left Sunderland Newcastle out of my prediction.
Well, I think you have, mate. Oh my God, that's poor.
How have I done that?
That's poor. If there's any Geordies
I apologise
watching
to Lewis Bowden. I'm so sorry.
Well,
that's fine. I'll do it off the dome. Is it at Sunderland?
It is at the Stadium of Light. It's going to be absolutely rocking. It's going to be a movie. And for that reason, I've gone for a 2-1 Sunderland win. Because I think the atmosphere is just going to be unbelievable. It's going to give Sunderland a push. They're high flying in the league at the minute. Newcastle been a bit up and down, so although they have been a little bit better recently, but still a bit up and down. So I think Sunderland are going to go and grab all 3 points.
Nice. I also do. I think it's going to be a very high. I'm going to go 4-2 to Sunderland.
Oh, Jesus.
I know.
Fair enough.
I know. Why not? Hey.
Well, let's keep our eyes peeled on that one. West Ham United. West Ham versus Aston Villa.
The villains.
I'm the villain. No, okay, we'll leave that to the main man. I've gone for 4-1 Aston Villa because they're flying high right now. West Ham are the dictionary definition of mid. So, yeah.
That's being kind to mid, I think.
Yeah.
Fairly. I think Aston Villa are going to win 3-0. I think West Ham are really, really bad. Like, really bad. Even we beat West Ham. Well, that's
says a lot, doesn't it?
Takes a lot. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's that game. Brentford Leeds, another absolutely remarkably nail-biting game. I just can't even look at the word Leeds right now without feeling violently ill after the horrendous antics of last week. I actually love Ayal Tanaka before.
Brilliant player.
But now I don't like him anymore. So for that reason, Brentford versus Leeds 2-0. Michael Coyote to score twice directly from a long throw in. And yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we've got the Coyote mention in. Love you, Michael. Yeah, I went 2-1 Brentford. I think they were really, really bad against Spurs, but they always seem to be quite bad against us. I don't know why. Yeah, I think Leeds, they've had a really good run of form. Obviously, they lost at Man City, but did really well. Beat Chelsea, and then drew with Liverpool right at the end. I think that they've had their fun. 2-1 Brentford.
Yeah, it's time to put old Farker into his place.
Leeds need to fall apart again.
Yes, they do. Man United versus Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Oh, United are playing right now, and I actually have no idea how it's going.
I was going to say, do you know the score? I have no idea.
But yeah, I have no idea. But I've gone for a 1-1 draw because Bournemouth have been faltering a little bit recently. Arguably, they should have won at the weekend against us. So yeah, they've been faltering, and I think they're going to get another draw today. Not today. When they play.
Not today. Is it Monday they play? I don't know.
It is.
Always. I've actually gone 2-1 United. I think Bournemouth are really faltering. I think that will keep going. I don't know why. I love Bournemouth. We love Andoni Iraola. Big fan of Alex Scott as well. Shout out to him. But yeah, I think United will keep winning somehow.
Right then, they are the Prem predictions. Another enthralling episode of that.
Oh yeah,
as I'm sure you believe. That leaves just one segment. It's a relatively short episode today, but sometimes that doesn't matter. We're ending on a high.
Quality, not quantity. That's what it is.
Exactly. FIFA banger of the week.
Oh yeah. My favourite segment.
My favourite segment, and some bloke on TikTok's favourite segment, and he definitely was not being sarcastic.
He wasn't being sarcastic.
Not at all. Riveting is the word that he used.
I replied to it. I said, I can't remember what I said, something like we tried to rivet or something. I don't know.
Like a little throw. Ribbit. Anyway. Cut the cameras, cut that. I'm
glad I couldn't see you for you doing that.
I've gone for Alive by Empire of the Sun on FIFA 14. I'm saying a lot of FIFA 14 songs because it's like my favourite one. So
that is a really good tune. I haven't even thought about that. That's a really good tune.
God, I'm really close to the camera. I didn't realise I just got really close to the camera.
Oh, it's cute. Yeah, that's a hell of a song. Why have you chosen that? Just FIFA 14?
I hear it and it just brings me back to my childhood, and I'm sat playing career mode. It's just a magical song. Like I just hear it and I can see memories.
That's a very good point. I do agree. I have gone this week. I actually don't know what FIFA. It might have been FIFA 14 as well. I've gone for "Mountain at My Gates" by Foles. I don't know what FIFA that was. FIFA. I want to say 15. Might have been 14.
Why do I not actually recognise that by its name?
You don't know that's "Mountain at My Gates." Give it a listen after this or right now.
No, hang on. I'm doing it right now.
Do it right now. We don't want to get copyrighted.
Oh, it's fine. Oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah, know that one.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's my pick. I don't know what FIFA it was on, but I think that is, like you said, just takes me back to my childhood. Yeah. Playing career mode. Brilliant tune.
Great memories. But for me, once again, I think I've won here.
This is a trend that's happening.
It's a trend.
Last week you actually gave it to me, to be fair. So,
oh wait, yeah. So, yeah.
But I think that two very good songs again. They said takes us back to our childhood. I just thought of a segment we could do. We could rank different career modes we've done.
Oh yeah, we could do, yeah.
Because I'm assuming you've done loads of random ones like I have.
Yeah, well, we might have to implement that in future episodes.
Can do that.
Yeah,
we can do that. But anyway, that is FIFA Banger of the Week, episode 4. Vote in the comments. If anyone wants to vote in the comments, please vote in the comments so we don't have to keep saying that we're right.
Yeah, somebody, come on, give us some engagement.
Someone even said, "quote riveting content."
Yeah, they weren't.
I don't care.
They weren't lying.
Riveting content.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's it then. We've covered everything.
Just thinking. The darts starts on Thursday. I'm not very much to talk about yet. It's not happened yet, but as this goes out, it starts on Thursday.
Yeah.
I'll be covering it on. Should I cover it on the podcast channel or on my own one?
Yeah, you can do it on the podcast. You can be like the darts guy.
Darts rep, yeah. I say it's a long tournament. Starts on the 11th, ends on the 3rd of January. Very exciting. Lots of darts. Do you ever watch the darts?
This is the only time of the year that I do. So whenever I see the darts championship, I always just feel like, oh, it's Christmas.
Yeah, so that is almost the start of Christmas, the darts. So
I'd sit on the sofa watching it once a year and
very good.
Have a beer and it just reminds me of Christmas.
Yeah, so I'd love to go to our Pally one day. Get there for the darts.
That would be legendary.
Yeah. Also, one more thing to mention. It was the Rugby World Cup draw on Thursday, I believe it was, or Wednesday last week. England have got a pretty good group: Wales, Tonga, and Zimbabwe. All 3 teams we should be beating. I do think England can go a long way. Obviously, there's not much to talk about. 2027 is when it starts, so there's not really much to talk about yet. But positive draw.
Watch this space.
Speaking of World Cup draw.
Oh my God!
Talk about the World Cup draw.
The football one.
We need to mention it a little bit.
They've invented an award for Donald. The FIFA Peace Prize. Because FIFA needs a Peace Prize, apparently.
And it needs to go to the least peaceful human on Earth.
And also it took three days to actually do the draw as well.
Yeah. Thank God they got Trump, the president of Canada, and the president of Mexico to draw out the first 3 teams. That's exactly what they needed. Yeah,
I'm so glad that I saw that. And the acting from Rio Ferdinand as well was unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, of course. And also the performance from the village people. Oh, it's just, every World Cup needs that.
Yeah, I mean, watching that, I just can't wait for the World Cup after that. That's the main thing. I loved every second of it.
Really got me in the mood for the World Cup. Yeah, very excited. Who did England get in the end? They got Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. Yeah, not really. It could have been an easier group. Obviously, it's not massively hard, but it could be a lot easier.
Croatia first game is not an easy one, but I have faith in the boys.
Flashbacks.
Yeah, but I'm not thinking about that. Mate. I'm thinking about flashbacks to when we played Croatia in the group of the Euros in 2020 or 2021. Anyway, we're gonna win. We're gonna win the World Cup.
We're gonna win. Thomas Tuchel to take us to glory.
Yep.
You'd be over the moon.
I'd love him even more.
There you go. I think that's it for episode 4 of the Sam2Podcast. Thank you very much for listening, Sam. Have you enjoyed this episode? It felt like a quick one. But,
it did feel like a quick one.
We covered everything.
But I think we did. It's been good as per usual, and
it has been good.
Stick around for next week because we got an interesting one for you.
Please do tune in next week. It's very exciting. I promise we're not clickbaiting you. It's actually going to be interesting.
Yep, unlike this one.
No, this one was very interesting. We're talking about.
Sorry.
We're trying to sell this, guys. We're trying to sell it.
Yeah, my fault. All right.
Please tune in next week and further weeks for this very interesting podcast.
Yeah, get out of here already, you filthy animals.